Behind the process is the good brother Talib. I'm back with my good brother Joe.
How you doing, bro?
Joe, how you doing today, bro?
I'm good, man. Another beautiful day.
All right, on my show we like to talk about different careers and industries that people can get into that you usually don't think about. So tell the people what you do.
I'm a facility manager for a chemical engineering plant.
Okay, facility engineering for chemical.
Facility manager for a chemical engineering plant.
That's why he does that, boy. All right, so what exactly does that entail?
As the facility manager, I'm in charge of shipping and receiving all hazardous materials and the facility as a whole.
Okay. And what kind of chemicals are we talking about? We're talking about like stuff that can blow up, or we talking about?
Yeah, we're a research facility, so we're not in the production part of it. We do more research for people. So what we ship out normally is samples. Most of that stuff is flammable or corrosive. Those are probably the most dangerous we deal with, are flammable and corrosive stuff.
So it's a dangerous place?
Yeah, it's extremely dangerous. We got a big hydrogen tank. We got flammable gases everywhere. We got process equipment. It's acid in the labs. Like it's a chemical engineering plant. We do everything you could imagine in it.
All right. So on a day-to-day, what do you do? What is your job on a day-to-day basis?
Well, normally when I first come in, like really day-to-day, when I first come in, I normally check all the tanks. I gotta check all the tanks, make sure nothing isn't leaking, making sure no steam is coming from anything. Then I gotta check the drum pads. I gotta check for the same thing, leaks, oil, any stains in the water. And then I walk the perimeter to make sure no water leaked off into like the dike areas surrounding the premises. I gotta take notes on all of that stuff. Then after that, it's emails and whatever's going on in the facility, whether that's bathroom broke or the roof is leaking or one of the process units is down.
A lot of maintenance.
A lot of maintenance, but that's a separate department.
Okay.
So facilities is facilities. The maintenance department at HTI, what they handle is really just the actual process equipment. So if the process unit break down, they're the ones working on it, not me. I'm the one that's in charge of the actual facility, shipping, receiving, and hazardous materials.
Okay. All right, so we can take it back a little bit. So growing up, you must have been like into science and all of that.
Growing up, I did have an knack for science. I always grew up watching TLC, Discovery Channel, and things like that. How I got into this field, though, was really just by kind of the luck of the draw. I was working at GSA, General Services Administration, and it was an opportunity to be a hazmat certifier in the back. I was just in the front as like a office guy doing like paperwork and bills lading. Everybody was scared of the position because if you mess up, it is like crazy, scary fines associated with it. And there, we ship way more dangerous things. So we ship anything from like bleach to ammunition or bombs. So I'm certified to ship anything all across the world, whether it's a bomb or it's just a package of gasoline. So that's where I got the certification from. I took the chance, I was successful at it. And then from there, I realized that being certified in hazmat, it just opens up a world of doors for me. So yeah, that's how I got there.
Okay, well, since you just brought it up, what kind of opportunities come after that? What have opened up to you?
So what happened with that was GSA laid everybody off, and all I still had was my hazmat certification. I was unemployed for like 2 years. I started a business, actually where we at now. And then after that, I got a job at Clean Harbors. It's like another hazmat facility. They do big cleanup. But they kind of jerked me on what they said the position was about. They said it was going to be more like in-depth hazmat of what I was used to, but it was really just unloading hazmat stuff off a truck. And I didn't really want to get stuck in that, so I just put my resume out over and over and over again. And then I came across this opportunity to be a facility manager, and my hazmat is what got me in the door, actually, because that's what they was looking for.
All right, so other than the first cert you got at your first job, have you had to get any other certs along the way?
I've got other certs like manager's certs, but as far as my hazmat certs, you just got to renew those every year. And I think I got like 4 or 5. So it's an air cert to ship stuff, air, hazardous, ground, intermodal, which is on trains and stuff like that, and then by ships. Then it's a separate one for like ammunition, radioactive, and then there's a whole nother thing for like asbestos and things of that nature. But I'm not certified in asbestos and stuff like that.
Okay, so can the average person out there just get one of these certs and just start to take steps, or you got to go through a company to get this kind of stuff?
No, actually, you absolutely can. One of the first things I figured out after leaving the company, because I used to get certified at Fort Drum, upstate New York, and I thought it was like this underground thing where couldn't nobody get access to, but it turns out that they have courses all over the world, really, and most of them now today is online. Actually, when I get recertified, it's online. What I will say about that though is it is probably good to go like to an actual facility to get trained initially, because like the Fort Drum course is like 2 weeks, but it's extremely in depth, and it teaches you everything you need to know. The online course is more of like a refresher if you already know it. If you don't know anything about it, you could probably do the online course if you have somebody there that could kind of teach you things and they let you ask them questions after the fact. But yeah, it's out there. Anybody can get certified. It'd be somewhere between, each certification is somewhere between $800 and $1,500, depending on where you find it at. But it's accessible. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah, where are you going to find these certifications? Like, is there a certain website that they're listed on to get these certifications?
It's not a specific website. If I was you, I just would Google Hazmat. When you Google it, I promise thousands of websites are gonna pop up where they say they certify you for them.
Is there a certain one that people should start off with?
If you're shipping, well, you're gonna need your 40-hour Hazwapper one first. And a 49 CFR one, but that's just so you can ship stuff within the United States on the US roads. And the 40-hour Hazwapper is something similar that truck drivers get that drive hazmat, because they got to know a little bit about it too. So that might be where you want to start at, your 40-hour Hazwapper and your 49 CFR. And then if you want to start shipping internationally in the air, that's when you get into the IATA, IADG, and I don't know if I should go into those books, but yeah, that's when you start getting real technical and getting into those things. But the first one should definitely be CFR 49, 40-hour Hazwapper. And then when you want to get beyond that, you can start getting into air, train, and ship.
Okay. I know you're a busy man, so I'm gonna let you get out of here in a second. There's 2 more questions, right? So what kind of companies can you apply for after, like what are the big name companies that people are applying for?
You could apply to, with a hazmat cert, you could apply to almost any company, because almost any company has waste. Okay. So what I mean by that is it's a drumming facility up the street from me, and they have waste because of the oil that comes out of the machinery they use. They don't ship the things that I ship, but in order to get rid of the waste that they do have, it has to be somebody certified there. So anywhere that produces any type of chemical, more than likely you could take advantage of having your hazmat cert there. And you just kind of got to have the experience, and it's not the easiest to get a top paying job. Like, I know people with hazmat certs that make 40 grand a year, and I know people with hazmat certs that make over 100 grand a year. It's really about the experience, the market you in, and yeah, really the experience in the market you in.
Right. Well, I had 2 questions and you killed them both with the one answer. So. All right, man. Well, I appreciate your time. I hope somebody out there can use this information. You know what I mean? Another edition Behind the Process. Joe, welcome. Where can they find you if they have questions?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Somewhere in there.
I don't know if I should say my IG.
Another edition of Behind the Process. My good brother Joe, welcome. Where can people find you if they want more information?
You can contact me at my email, joelwelcome@yahoo.com. Exactly how it's spelled, JOELWELCOME @yahoo.com.
See you next time.